Cracks me up how the haters come out trying to talk about Michael Jackson's biopic and they compared it to Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska biopic, which was only focused on that particular record. But for the record, and it's no diss to Bruce Springsteen, because that's one of the hardest working artists I've ever seen. I always thought he was pretty mediocre, but I'll say this about the cat. Now, so many people outworked him. He truly lived and died by that. Ain't nobody gonna outwork me, because that guy would do 5 hours on stage and give you five and live, and he would play them two notes on guitar and wear that thing out with the E Street Band. But they trying to say that would they expect Michael Jackson because of what happened with Springsteen's film or Whitney Houston's film, pop biopics? The buzz is already there. More viewers on that promo clip, which was what, a minute and change? Are you kidding me? See, there's a lot of haters and detractors, but even the most ardent Michael Jackson hating detractors, they are, when you take them back to that Back to the Future, you take them 45 years ago, almost 50. It's like they're in a trance because why? The music was great, the showmanship was great, the talent was there, and he had the it. I'm not knocking Springsteen, but let's be realistic. I remember Michael Jackson was said about Springsteen. If you put the camera down on my shoes, you see white socks and the glitter in the shoes. And where I am is he put on his, he's wearing jeans and in the shoes. It's not the same allure. But Springsteen never was a showman like that, but he was a strong live performer. But the bottom line is this: there wasn't gonna be no fanfare for a Springsteen biopic like they would Michael Jackson. If you do the biopics the right way, they can generate the loot. I think that a lot of people, obviously, Queens was great. Elton John's was very good. You know, Whitney Houston's was a joke. They whitewashed it just like they did Tupac and Biggie's. So yours, if you only put what you put in. NWA got off to a great start with theirs because they control the narrative and they romanticize things, but yet they kept it in a way where it was entertaining. So you got to know how to balance and juggle both worlds, you know. But I will say this: Jafar Jackson, who is Michael's nephew, Jermaine's son, he looks and plays the part to a T. So the mannerisms, the dance moves, and the music's gonna be there. Hey, it's on point. So why not? I think it'll be the biggest box office pop biopic ever. Not just saying it as a fan of Michael Jackson, but just the fact that hey, he still causes an excitement, just good, bad, or indifferent. There's still a reaction. You don't have pop artists like that no more. You don't have people that, you know, and the way people reacted to that clip took me back to 83 at a bus stop. I was with my grandma's in Houston, and there was rocks and cement, and then you could see people's footprints. If they were doing DNA back then on footprints, they would have tracked everybody because it was moonwalk. You could see moonwalk spots where people was trying to glide right down the rocks. That's the impact. And that don't happen by accident when you have that kind of dominance and that kind of presence. So they're trying to say that Michael's biopic might bite the dust like Springsteen's biopic or something. It's not going to. It's going to be huge. They just don't want to admit the black man's dominance. They don't want to admit how dominant he was, what he represent, how almost 2 decades that he been gone, there is still this he left this kind of imagination. Great music, great showmanship, and did things at a high level as an artist. He covered all the bases. So I think the pick will do great. But I understand the haters. They got nothing else better to do because they ain't got nobody that they can counter with. And let's keep it 100. There ain't no artist out today that's going to have the hype as that man. That man is one of the, I think, top 5 most important, influential artists ever. He's the most dominant artist of my lifetime. And you can't go without acknowledging that you can tell just by the clips alone. So, no diss to Springsteen. A lot of times when I watch these biopics, they tend to be fluff pieces and they tend to just paint. I watched the Bob Dylan one, and that was only focused on his electric period in the 60s, and it was it was missing. It wasn't bad, but it was missing a lot. And then I watched the Bob Marley one. That was half-hearted. It had some moments, but it didn't even get to the soul of it. So, that's the key. People want some realness. They want to feel something. If you do it right, you'll get it right. I got a feeling the Michael Jackson biopic gonna get it right. But they're trying to compare it to Springsteen's one, which was only focused on a particular time period, and it did not get to the totality of what made Springsteen who he was. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.